Ah! When did you lot get here? Hello, my name's Damien, I'm the Tracking Football Manager, and welcome back to Europa for the start of the 29-30 season. Season 9 is underway. I don't feel like we've made the progress we did last time with San Marino. I really don't. I keep going back and looking, and I keep proving myself wrong, but I still feel like this is taking longer. But we are in Champions League quicker than we were with San Marino, no question about that. We might not be in the Champions League this season for much longer. The first qualifying round is against Cluj, who I always want to call Clunge. CFR Cluj of Romania. Not a bad side, it has to be said. We are deemed as underdogs to the point of media asking me about giant killings. Yeah. But there's quite a lot to do before we get there. First things first, 7,086 is our capacity. The Europa FC Stadium, which is in Gibraltar. No, I don't have any idea where they put it. I can only assume it's like on the side of the rock. Because there's nowhere else you could put it, really, is there, in Gibraltar? Unless they've done it full Japanese style and built a little island for it. But apparently the Europa FC Stadium is in Gibraltar. The capacity is 7,086. We have 451 season ticket holders. We've had 114 quid a go. Which isn't bad, really, when you think about it. I'm an icon. I don't remember if I was an icon last season or not, but considering that I won every trophy in this country again, I feel like I should be a legend by now. Dale McGruer is a legend. I don't see how Dale McGruer is a legend and I'm not, since I signed Dale McGruer. Just saying. But anyway, lots to catch up on. First things first, last season, we did not get a perfect season. We were unbeaten, but we dropped points against one team. I will give you guesses as to who that team is. Go. Nope, not them. Not them either. It's going to take a while. Glasses United. We drew 1-1 with Glasses United. I have no idea how. We'll go back to there. I mean, you saw us get knocked out of the Europa League. It was the following game. It was Glasses United at home. We drew 1 each, and we were dreadful. We absolutely did not deserve to win the match. Emmanuel Williams scored a pen in the 86th minute, and I thought, oh, thank God for that. We're going to keep this record. And then Harry Jones, moron of the highest order. Absolute cretin. The player is going nowhere. Edge of the area. The ball's gone long past and out wide, and the player is nowhere near it when he decides to pull his shirt. Second yellow, off he goes. Free kick, edge of the area, 95th minute, bent into the top corner. 1 each. Muppet. St Joseph's been beat 5-1. Europa Point beat 6-2 in the cup. Magpies beat 6-1. College United beat College 75 beat 5-2. Glasses United in the cup, we beat them 3-0. Lincoln at home in the league, beat them 5-2. Glasses away, we beat 4-0. Man 62 at home in the cup final, we beat 5-0. Glasses knocked Lincoln out of the cup. Again, no idea. They then went on to lose to us, and then we beat Man 62 as well. So we've won all 3 again. But once again, if we look at last year's cup, the ever so frustrating 1 in the draw column means that we don't break our record and we don't win the perfect season. Which means we're staying 1 more year. And I did, for quite a long time, hover around this job. Oh, it's removed all the filters again. Hold on. Is that it? Apparently that's not it. Oh, that's the job centre. That's right. Job security. That's the one I want. Because there are no jobs in Gibraltar. Man 62, Lynx, and Mons Calpe, maybe? I'm not sure. Three of the clubs. I forget which ones exactly. Apologies if I got that wrong. You'll know, because you'll be looking at it going, oh, no, they didn't have that manager before. Glasses might have been one of them, funny enough. But either way, three clubs got rid of their managers. And I did look at all of them and think, I could go there now? But then that was what tipped it. Drawing that game, and I'm like, no, I want a perfect season before I go. Please. Also notice that Europa FC's reputation is now higher than Gibraltar's. I think it's quite impressive, if I'm being honest. So that was how that season finished. This season begins with friendlies absolutely jammed in friendlies, 5-0 and 6-1. Although we got an attendance of 6,214 in our 5-0 win in our first stadium. Then yes, we go away to Romania and then we come back home. Probably a tricky one, but before we get to that, we have transfers to get through. No, before we get to that, we have international fixtures to get through. Weird international fixtures. We played Slovenia away and lost 2-1 to Benjamin Sesko, essentially. He battered us, and fair enough, he's better than us. We then came home and lost 1-0 to Finland, and again, we were kind of better than them. In both games, we kind of almost did enough, and it didn't quite do enough. And then we played Kosovo away in a friendly, and it just went weird. I have no explanation for this. An 8-3 defeat to Kosovo. We spent quite a lot of the match better than them. That's what's really weird about it. But literally everything they hit went in, and almost nothing that we hit went in. We must have had 25, 30 shots. We just couldn't score. I mean, their goalkeeper, whoever that is probably quite good. So in the terms of World Cup qualifiers, we're second from bottom. We are 3 points and one hell of a lot of goals ahead of Liechtenstein. But we've done the easy mode bit. Unfortunately, we've got Croatia and Austria in our group. We're not going to win either of those games. I would argue that Finland and Slovenia are both there for the taking. We could easily have beaten both of them, but we didn't. When's the Nations League playoff? Oh, it's right up here. March. Okay. Who's that? Armenia. Okay, well, we've got Armenia in the playoff next year. We'll worry about that then. I'm, again, unlikely to come back for these games because they don't really matter. I know this is a quest to win the World Cup, but it's not going to be this year. We are going to finish probably second from bottom in that group unless we get our acts together. We have managed to recruit a few more people into the Gibraltarian army. Okiowu is now Gibraltarian. Ramuni, no, Ramuni always was. Who was the other one? There was another one. Jake G is officially here now, for better or for worse. Yeah, so there's been a few additions to the nation, but again, I'm probably going to leave the nation a bit back burner because, like I say, I do want to hammer through these seasons. I do want to try and keep each season down to about 3 weeks, and that's pretty close for line when you have to cover all these European games. And again, we didn't get to skip one this season because Cluj are quite good and we might get knocked out. We probably will get knocked out. Transfers-wise, there's been some stuff. Pop back to previous season, because that's the way it works around here. Glimmerell, you knew about Keith Heaton, the Canadian centre-half, who I had high hopes for, I have to say. I have very high hopes for. He's gone to Peterborough United. He's now being paid £1,600 a week. They've paid 10 grand for him. This is the biggest problem we're having, is that we don't have the reputation to earn money. This player, anywhere else in the world, this player is worth, well, there you go, 275 to 2.7 million. 100 grand of anyone's money would buy this man, but because we're not in a reputable league, no one even thinks about giving us that kind of money. I initially offered him for 50 grand and 50%, and they turned it down. So they came back a second time and went, fine, let him go. 10 grand and 50%. Because the argument is, he's gone to Peterborough United. He's a good defender. He's probably going to get signed. And when he moves from Peterborough United, someone will pay him some actual money and we'll get half of it. That's the theory anyway. As you can see, 15 and 14, that's almost entire seasons. Almost. But he wasn't homegrown. He was never going to be. It's a big thing. Gary Griffin, this one's weird. 18-year-old kid, probably never going to make it. Hound Dogs came in to loan him, and he came up saying he has absolutely no intention of going to the Hound Dogs. Okay, fine. Whatever. You get to play some football if you go there, but fine. And I went to do the talk to him about it. Go on, go play for them. It'll be good for you to play for them. It'll be good for you to get some football. You might develop. No, I absolutely will not go to the Hound Dogs. Under no circumstances. I've had enough of this conversation. I accepted the offer anyway, and then he went. I just accepted it for the sake of accepting it. Other outs, were there any this season? I don't think there are. Oh yes, of course there are. Timothy Roberts has gone on loan. Same deal actually. He refused as well, and then he went. Probably again won't make it, but never mind. Carlo Brini, one of the youngsters, has gone. We knew this was happening to Le Havre. Roy Umbunga has gone to Mafra. and Barak Kurt has gone to Hansa Rostock. We knew all of those were going to happen, unfortunately. Those were 3 of our project players. None of them have come off, and they've all cost us quite a lot of money. 76 grand for Kurt. Mbunga was 35 grand, so there's 110, 111 technically, and Brini was free, so that's something at least. So 110 grand's worth of young player, never played for, well, Mbunga played for us a couple of times, the other 2 never played for us. Frustrating. Harry Jones then went to Barnsley. Harry Jones a liability, and I look at his stats, and just like Heaton, I go, why was he a liability? Because there's nothing in there that tells me he will be. Okay, he's not great in the air, but he's quite tall. He just can't head it where he wants it to go. Doesn't mean he won't head it at all. He's got the jumping reach. He's a biscuit 10 head. But for some reason, especially in Europe, he was an absolute calamity. So he's gone to Barnsley. Again, they're paying him £2,400 a week to be a fringe player. Again, this one is £35,000 plus 50% if they sell him on again. And again, if he moves from Barnsley, it'll probably be for £1 million or so, and we'll get half of it. That does leave us a little short of defence. I'm aware of this, and I'm working on it. Just what you need when you're playing a Romanian champions is to be weak in defence. But we've done a bit of good for that already. 3rd of June, Odila Fire came in on a free. He's a right back, kind of. He's not, he's a centre mid. I don't know why he thinks he's a right back. He's got the physical attributes to be a right back, but he can't cross, he can't run with the ball, and he's got a dreadful first touch. Doesn't make him a right back in my book. Centre midfielder, Metzala. Centre half, kind of. Actually, to be fair, not a bad centre half. I will have to think about that. He is Gibraltarian and not homegrown. Brighton, Millwall, Dagenham, Redbridge, Leyton Orient. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's only Gibraltarian because we asked him to. Michael Eastwood from Chelmsford City. Pace of 15, lovely. Dribbling of 12, quite nice. First touch of 11, quite nice. Everything else can wait. He's in the first team for now. We will give him some tries in perhaps if we draw a weaker team next qualifying round or something. But yeah, passing poor, technique poor, finishing and composure poor for a forward. But he's 18 years old with a determination of 11. He's got a chance. Michael Daly. We've poached one from the Hound Dogs, and holy smokes, this kid was 15 when we signed him, and he's half a footballer already. Determination is up there. Natural fitness is up there. All the other physical stuff is wonky. He's only 5'6", bless him. Strength 6, stamina 4, jumping reach 3. But jumping reach is never going to improve, but the rest of it might. And at 16, he genuinely might still get taller. I don't know. His leadership doesn't have any. His bravery doesn't have any. Vision, no. Passing good, vision not. You can pick out someone in the crowd, I guess. But 15-year-old kid, 16-year-old kid now, 8th of May, so really not that long ago. Very good footballer. There's a player in there somewhere, isn't there? Let's be honest. Sean Galliano comes in from Lincoln. This one is homegrown and is 15. Centre midfielder, again, Jeebus. 15. Determination is the only thing I'm looking at and thinking might not make it. Physicals, again, are not great, but if you're going to sit as a deep line playmaker, you don't really need that much pace. Natural fitness, yeah. Teamwork is very, very good. Passing is good. Vision's... It's like someone went perfect centre midfielder, nothing else matters. And all of the important stats are there and nothing else is. But poached him off Lincoln for 14 grand. I think that's the best 14 grand we'll ever spend. Very excited about him. Again, not for now, but at some point. In fact, I think he is for now, isn't he? Yes, he's in the first team. And to be fair, 2.5 stars. If Jake G goes, he could get a regular start. And Craig Ramuni is 5 grand of right back, except again, not really. He's a centre half who can't head the ball. Guess what? We just sold one of those, now we've bought one. Difference is this one's actually short. 5'9", 9 jumping reach, 9 strength, 4 heading. Bit of a worry. But he's reasonably quick and he's fit and he concentrates and he's got good decisions. And that for a centre half, positioning, decisions and concentration are epically good things to have. And for a 22-year-old kid to have those, and yes, I know 22 is not really a kid, but kind of is for a centre half. The fact that he'll never win a header might not matter if he knows that from his decision making and positioning and drops off and mops it up afterwards. Very excited to have him on board. 5 grand. He's been at Lincoln forever. He plays every game. Well, nearly. Yeah. So we've possibly not improved the centre half stakes, but I don't think they're much worse. We've got some exciting youngsters in, and yeah, I don't think there's anything else to tell you, which is good because we're 15 minutes deep and we haven't started the first leg yet. Opposition instructions on. It wants me to swap wingers around. I'm probably not going to do that. Oh, no, wait, I am. Stuart's broken. That means Taraj is coming in there. And to be fair, finally, after all my belly aching about it, Taraj is now a more competent right winger than he is left winger, which is about bloody time. So we're just going to go with that, I think. Out of action, we have all these are unregistered, but that's fine. Kuto is recovering from an injury. Okiowo is suspended from the end of last season. Stewart is recovering from an injury, as we just found out. Olivero is not desperately fit, but we don't really have anyone else. I suppose we can put Morel in there, but that's not better. Olivero, he's unfit and he's already slow. I'm not certain this is going to go well. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the big thumbs down on my centre halves. I'm going to be honest with you. But que sera. I did admittedly only realise like 2 weeks beforehand, oh bother, I haven't put any friendlies in yet, and quickly jammed in those two that you saw the details of. We've got players that need numbers. Luca Phillips, can have 24, I guess. Odler Fire, centre half 4. Michael Eastwood. You have a kid, don't you? You the exciting kid or a not so exciting kid? You're a not so exciting kid. Bring me the 40s. 43. Cadbury Heath. Craig Ramuni. I mean, that's really niche. That's niche to exclusively East Bristol. And Ramuni, you can have the big number 6, mate. I believe in you. As you can see from the squad numbers, there's gaps. But we'll work on them. I think I've probably spent too much of the summer. I mean, I say the summer, it's the 11th of July. The summer's nowhere near over yet. But I've spent too much of the summer looking specifically for children who are going to make it as homegrown players, and not long enough looking for the fact that we don't really have any. Who is this bloke? Why were one of the players wearing a blue jacket and one of them was wearing an orange jacket? I assume one of them's the goalkeeper. What's the other one doing? That's the goalkeeper. Who was wearing the blue? Is this bloke? No idea who that is. Caetano picks up the ball out wide. While he's doing that, I'll just finish that sentence. Yeah, basically, I think I need to spend a bit more time trying to buy real footballers rather than, kit build. Ready to run rather than kit build. And I haven't really got the money for that. I've got some centre halves I'm working on. Just one more, I think. But that's a hell of a finish. Is it in? It's gone down as a goal. I mean, it must be in then, I guess. I guess we're going to get a goal line technology. Yeah, I put a huge chunk of money in the scouting budget. Like £500,000. I feel like that doesn't look like it crossed the line. Replay show that the ball did, in fact, cross the line. Well, that tells us everything. Thanks for that. That's absolutely nailed on. I don't know how I could possibly have complained. Yeah, so I put a load of money in the scouting budget, and I've started moving it back, and then because I'd moved it a bit, the board were like, well, you're not moving it again. There's still 500 grand in there. So there's money to spend. I'd rather spend it on scouting if I can help it. But at the minute, I can't spend the wages that I want to spend. Default back to Varga. I'd rather not be out of this in the first half. That's close from pound. And we're going to have to throw a demand more out there, aren't we? You see, McGrewer gets it all wrong across the bottom of the screen. I wonder what he's done this time. By the way, attendance is 6,626. They'd fit in our ground. We have a ground. I do wonder if it'll come up that the national team start playing in our stadium as well. Because that would make sense. Pound hits one. Webb makes a unconvincing save. Ramuni saves the corner, which is a bit better. Fires it into the executive boxes. We don't look very good, do we? Pound. Here we go again. It's gone the other way, but this time clips it over the top of the bar. Tender play in this first half. We're not out of it. But I already suspect our Champions League future is falling apart a bit here. Stoyaka out to Dogar Chernat. And ooh! I've got more goal line technology now, and really didn't. Yeah, this is quite. Yeah, cool. Lewis Webb's having a good game. That's never a good sign. If Lewis Webb's having a good game, it means no one else is. What was that? Get your acts together and start playing football. Problem is, with the injuries and departures, it's quite a thin squad. It always is at this time of year. It's quite a thin squad. A fire lifts on forwards. Williams is the wrong side of a keeper. The flag is in the air, so it's not going to count. I mean, you have to wonder how he got there if he wasn't offside. Yeah, it's pretty bloody obvious, isn't it? Goalkeeper's got it all wrong, really. So we need to work that goalkeeper a bit more. Goalkeeper. Let's do that. Instructions. Shoot on sight. Stop playing out of defence. 56th minute. G back to Ronan. G is due a red card, I think. Taraj back to Ronan and Williams. And yes, I know I'm playing Jake G again, but, you know. Snaith in front of McGrewer. That's a great ball. McGrewer! Oh, he's just screwed it wide. The one name that you may or may not have picked up on is not in the squad is Tyrrell Beckwith. SC Freiburg would like to give him a chance in the first team. Yeah, right, go on then, if you say so. Be funny to see if he does. I bet he doesn't, though. I was sure I'd agreed a 2-season loan back when I sold him. And that's not over yet. But, you know. Caetano does well there and win... And, hang on. Caetano wins the ball. Very clearly won the ball. Right, well, that's us screwed. Taraj can play down the middle, right? Yeah, you do that then, mate. You do that. You do you. Snaith is looking down. Snaith has come back for another season. I said that you were only going to see him once, and I lied. He agreed to come back for another year. We're only paying like half his wages, which is lovely. Cross to the deep, and Isak makes it 2, and... Should we say makes it a mountain to climb? Drink. Yeah, this is probably over. But that's fine. We need to see how the other teams get on again. If we, by some failing, completely fail to get any group stage, and you do have to lose everything to not get a group stage from this position, but if we do, I will resign. There's no point spending a season. Or I might not resign, but I will certainly immediately start looking for jobs. And the Brewer touch on the bottom corner, lovely little finish. There's no point staying here if we're not in there. Simple as that. And I do intend, unless something changes drastically, for this to be our last season. I am recording this about an hour before you're going to watch the previous episode. Assuming you're there right on time. And you'd better be. So how you react to that, I don't know. And I could still be convinced that it's the wrong decision. That option exists. But it will have to be a persuasive argument. Webb sends a long ball forward. And Jacob to Dassault. Isak. Back to Dassault and Kereke the Cherokee. Dassault over the top, and Stoyaka hits one, and it's just over the top. It's not happening, really, is it? Snade's looking really tired. We'll hook him for Simon Burns. Really? Is that the best we've got? Or, no, we'll hook him for Morel, and then Olivero can play in the middle. Yes? Yes. I'm very tempted to bring on Eastwood just to prove a point. Or we've got Ward, actually. He's quite good. Has he improved much over the summer? He can still finish and he can still run. You know what? I think Ward is the way to go. We're going to take Williams off for Daniel Ward. Because, yes, he's not a fully rounded footballer. But he's got a 14 pace and a 15 finishing. And if you're counter-attacking, which we probably are, then that's the right player, isn't it? Valsanen out to Perez. Stoyaka to Perez again, and good thing he didn't look up because Powen was away. Please don't get sent off. We can't afford any more fullbacks missing. Perez to Stoyaka again. I have left the space in the registration rules for one more player. Because obviously it can be a bit tough re-registering players in following rounds and things like that. So I've left the space for one more, and I hope we're getting one more of these defenders in. Isak is through a fire with a spectacular block. That's really good defending. Ronan hacks it clear, and Ward is taking on Valsanen. Is that an I or an L? I can't really tell. G back to Ramoni. G back to Ramoni. And the highlight ends. 12 to play. It's only 2-1. Let's not go mental. Do we have another change? We probably do. McGrewer looks shattered. G looks shattered. Ramoni looks shattered. Ronan looks shattered. Good. I'm going to bring on Luca Phillips for Kian Ronan because we really can't afford to lose him for the next one. This is about the time when I realised that he's probably suspended for the next one, but never mind. Perez with the throw-in to Stoica. Phillips is coming across. Why is Phillips coming across? This is right back. That should be... Oh, no, it is Luca Phillips. An idiot. Sorry, I thought Phillips was one of the English ones. Never mind. Albu Dumbledore. Jakab. Oh, I've made fun of a name. Jakab's cross comes in. Webb comes up and claims it well. There's 9 to play. Is that enough for a highlight, or are we going to do something? Webb sends it long. There's another option. They win it straight back and they do something. G to Olivero, who's bursting through the midfield. Olivero! It's up for grabs now! Sorry, I couldn't help it. After I said bursting through the midfield, I had no other way I could go. Olivero, with his 7 pace, rampages through the midfield like Bambi on Bacardi Breezes, and somehow we find ourselves level in this game. And that is something. At every part of that, I thought he'd wasted it. Even his touch before he took the finish. If the goalkeeper just made himself big Schmeichel style, that would have been that. Webb sends a long ball forward, and it's all the way through. McGrewer hits one from downtown, and my God, Dale McGrewer. What a hit that is, and we're 2 up. Down to 10 men, 3-2 up. What is going on? And is Webb going to get an assist? Does Taraj touch that? No, he's just fouled by Kereke. Referee plays the advantage. Webb gets an assist in the Champions League. McGrewer scores one from all of 30 yards. Go on, another assist, Webb. Oof. It's got a chance, you know. Now Weissman wins that one. Mihaly to Paun and Stoica. And Paun fires faster than Isaac. And don't mess it up. Oh, God, I could just see those two crashing into each other. Jakab plays it into Stoica, who must be offside. Thank you, linesman. And I have to say, a fire at centre-half. Okiowu, when he comes back, those two are quick. I mean, Okiowu is bloody quick. Those two are going to make a hell of a centre-half partnership, to be honest with you. Outstretched arms, what a win. Oh, James Caetano. Could you step into my office for just a moment? He's pleased. He's pleased that I'm furious with him. We're 3-2 up on Cluj. We've got to take that to the other leg now. A fire makes his debut. Romanian and Phillips also make debut. Oh, I didn't realise that was Phillips' debut. I'd have made more fuss about it if I'd known. Right. 27 minutes deep. Time to go to the other one. Okay, so 2 arrivals, sorry, I tell a lie straight away. Buy one, get one half price. So we're good for defenders now. Sol Schotten. Anyone from lower league English interest will know this name. Physically, pretty damn strong. Technically, pretty damn strong. Mentally, pretty damn strong. I mean, he's not a world-class footballer by any stretch, but he will definitely do a job for us. He can pass it out from the back. He can tackle and mark and head like a good defender. I'm very happy to sign this guy on the free. Wycombe Wanderers paid £120,000 for him, played him 3 times and released him. I find that hilarious because I really don't like Wycombe Wanderers. Yeah, free to us. I mean, that's not true. I usually quite like Wycombe Wanderers. I don't like Gareth Ainsworth or his style of football. Cambridge United had him in Leagues 1 and 2 and played him a lot. And he was good for them. So, result. Very happy to bring this one in. Like I say, 28 years old. English, so no work permit problems. Obviously not homegrown, but, you know, neither of the other centre-halves that we just released. And Lee Kiezu? I do love signing a defender I can't pronounce. Less of a rounded footballer here, but again, the key numbers are important. Stamina, jumping reach, balance, bravery and aggression, and green. Work rate's green too, we like that. Tackling good, marking's good enough. Heading's good. He's tall, 6'5". He could be quicker. He could definitely be quicker. But, again, with his decision-making, concentration, and positioning, all good double-figure numbers, shouldn't matter too much that he's not. He's a Fulham boy, having never played for them. But he did go on loan to Blackpool once, and he played 31 times for Blackpool on loan 5 years ago. So that's good news. I think a good defender there. I think they're both good defenders. If we look in terms of depth now at centre-half, we're solid. We've got Kiezu, Schotten, and Okiowu. I don't know why Benny Couto Benny Couto can play centre-half. Jake G isn't a centre-half. I don't know why he's on that list. But Ofire is. Ronan can be. Olivero can be. Ramuni suddenly is down here somewhere. And he is a centre-half. So, there's a lot of options at centre-half. There's a lot of rotation we can do. And let's face it, I rotate a lot. We don't have a goalkeeper. Why do we only have one goalkeeper? We got Bradley Bander still, haven't we? Where's Bradley Bander gone? Why is he in the reserves? That was weird. I thought the suspension looked a bit weird. There he is. He's registered. He's transfer listed, and he's decided he's leaving on a pass, or a free transfer, if you will. He's decided he's achieved all he can with the club, which is probably true. I was keeping him around to play him, basically, and he said, "Oh, I want to leave." And I thought, well, I'm not going to get a penny for you, so you might as well stay here. He didn't like that very much. Ronan needs to be on the bench, probably instead of Luca Phillips. I think that's the squad. Webb in goal was Swiderski to fire, Romanian and Okiowu. A lot of pace in there, apart from Romani. Burns and Snaith in the middle, Stewart and Taraj on the wings, McGruer and Williams up top. I'm not certain about Burns in the middle, I'm not going to lie, but he's safer than Jake G. We've already had to play with 10 men against one of these games. I'd rather not have to do it in both. And Burns isn't a bad centre mid, to be fair. He's really not. He's just not a very good centre mid. And he's in like 17. Nothing but 100% focus. I like that. Let's do that. Faith. Spam the faith button and out we go. This is a nice little ground, isn't it? I mean, they could have built stuff in the corners, don't get me wrong, but we didn't sell out, apparently. That makes me laugh a lot, is that for 7,000 and whatever it was, and we only sold like 6,800 tickets. It's still our record attendance in a competitive match, and I'm sure it will tell us that after. And let's try and impress them, shall we? Lots of green. I mean, make for stand the full length of the pitch, mate. What a finish that is from Albu. And 29 seconds in, we're 1-0 down. Hey, look, we've got little screens and everything. That makes this place better than home park. I mean, it's not a bad ground. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad ground at all. I don't know where they found all this greenery and these trees in Gibraltar. That's beyond me. But never mind. It's a lovely hit. You can't argue with that shot, can you? 29 seconds. Wow. And we're back to level again. So we'll demand more. We did forget to go look at what's going on in the other games, but if we have to go to the draw, we'll go have a look. If we don't, well, we'll need to go to a draw of some kind. Okiowa's cross comes in, and it's headed down by Maduro, and that's his third of the season. And we're back on the lead again, 10 minutes in. Told you this is going to be a long one. Excuse me. It's good work by Snays to set up Okiowa. Cross comes in deep. McGruer doesn't miss a lot of these, does he? Let's be honest. It hit the goal line on the way in. That's how low he's headed it. Swiderski, powering up the left wing. I mean, let's face it. Swiderski doesn't have the stamina to play 90 minutes at attacking centre mid. Where on earth does he find the stamina to play 90 minutes at left back? As an overlapping left back. Paun to Väisänen to Paun. I can't read that. What does that say? Mihaly? Mihai? Don't know. It's too yellow. Paun to Mihaly. There we go. Jakob to Paun. Okio intercepts. We're off. Snaith. Mihaly. Paun. I want to sign him now. Stewart. Don't foul him. That's a great cross. I think that's a tackle assist, but we'll let her fire off for that one, to be fair, because, you know. This goes down as Ramuni's mistake. Really? Well, how is that Ramuni's mistake? Paun powers into the penalty area. I mean, Romani leaves his man. I'd say that's his mistake. He hasn't done anything else wrong. If Romani had stayed with his man, yeah. But it said missed interception. He didn't do that. Oh well. And we're level again. Okiowu with a throw in to Williams. Stewart back to Okiowu. Big early cross. Love it. McGruer heads it right at the keeper. And we've got the throw in. I thought he was offside, to be fair. It's a good chance. Unlucky not to have the lead again. Encouragement. Paun to take the free kick. Drives it in, and it's headed just over the top by Väisänen. I really don't know what to make of it, because it does feel like it literally could swing either way. We could suddenly be 7-4 down, we could suddenly be 7-4 up. You just have no idea. Dussault throws into Varga. Dussault Close down by 2, but neither win it. Stewart intercepts his ball across, and the counter's on. Stewart powers through the midfield to Williams. Back to Stewart. Okiowu. Williams, please stay on side. He's gone too far the other way now. Stewart drives it in high, and it's a good header by Taraj, and it's just over the top. Dogar Chernat chips it in. That looked like 5 men were offside there to me, but doesn't seem to matter. Swiderski powers away down the wrong wing. Go on, mate, just go for it. It'll be fine. Swiderski to Williams. Back to Stewart. Swiderski again. Burns. That's great. Could have been a better ball to McGruer. He spoons it out to Stewart. Williams looks offside again. Snaith to Ramuni. This is certainly total football, isn't it? A fire to Swiderski to Burns and to Taraj, and that's a lovely ball. And with 5 passes, we go from right back to left wing. I love it. Burns hits one, and Simon Burns gets his first goal of the season. You know, Simon Burns is my new project. On the subject of projects, Dylan Borke has officially left the club. I am disappointed. I can't lie. I am disappointed. I liked Borke. He really was my project. But he's about 8th choice for the national team now, and he was never really getting in the club side either. So it's like, well, you know, that project's failed, which is a shame. He's also no longer top goal scorer. Emmanuel Williams has taken that back after about 5 goals in those 3 international matches. What are we going to say? 6-5, 6-6, 6-4. It's a 50-50, isn't it? But some players are playing well. So we'll go with go finish the job. And I'm going to leave it at that. There's no point shouting at people. I don't think anything needs to change. There's no fitness issues. I mean, Simon Burns isn't fit, but he'll be fine. The bench is not the very strongest bench we've ever had. But Daniel Ward again can come on if we need it for 10 minutes. We're leading the tie. Let's not do anything stupid. Arguably pressing start match is something stupid the way our form is, but never mind. Stewart powering into the middle again. Stewart in front of McGruer. Williams might be offside. McGruer isn't from that ball though, and McGruer puts us 3-2 up on the day. 6-4 up on aggregate. And suddenly we actually look like we might get through this. That's a little bit scary. A little bit scary. This feeling inside. Sorry. Well, I am sorry. Right, McGruer was with 2 goals and assist. That's not bad, is it? 60th minute. I think we might start looking to make changes with the next leg in mind. Is that a stupid thing to do? Ward can come on, replace Williams. No one else needs the fitness, really. But Swiderski needs the rest, so he can come off, and Morale can go on there. And I'll leave the 3rd sub because it's the 60th minute. What I do quite a lot, I'm not afraid to tell you this, is the boring bit when we're out of Europe and there's nothing going on except we're smashing teams 5 and 6s, is I tend to just set a game up and then just go away, come back at halftime, make 3 changes and go away again. Because it doesn't seem to matter. That's not what happens for the Glasses game, funny enough. It's one of the ones I was paying attention to. Mikovsky to Isaac. Back to Mikovsky. Back to Isaac. Guess what, guys? Mikovsky to Torres. Probably not that one. Snaith lunges at Dassault. Nothing happens. And Torres has the ball again. Isaac's 5 yards offside. I mean, at least. That was dreadful. I'm not subbing off McGruer on a hat-trick, no matter how much he's asking for it. We will make our 3rd sub, though, since that's not going to count. Apparently we won't, so I have to press the skip button first. Let me make my changes, thank you. Who needs it? Oh, who needs the football? Do we give Jake G a chance to get himself sent off? Yeah, go on then. Go sit in there for a bit. Also, Snaith has got a 6.1, despite the fact that we're winning the tie. That's not great. But we are through. Outstretched arms. What a win. What a win, what a win, what a mighty fine win. So where are we going next? Which Eastern European country are we going to this time? Oh, we'll apply for work permit we won't get, that's fine. 85 grand for winning that. We're playing Zilinia. Now, we've played them before, haven't we? Zilinia of Slovakia? Past meetings? No, we haven't. I am still prepared to say that Zelinya are beatable. But I don't think they're I don't think they're a gimme. We're gonna come back for the matches, but I think they're beatable. How many games do we have to get through? Champions League. Overview teams. Nope, none of that. Stages. There we go. Champions Path second qualifying there. Champions Path third qualifying, then playoff. So we've beat Zelinya. We're 2 games away from the Champions League group stages. We absolutely don't want to be there because we'll get slaughtered. But imagine the coefficient points. While we're here, Europa League hasn't started yet, but it's the Conference League we want. Let's look for those Gibraltarians. College 75 are 1 each against Lipaja. I mean, I swear we never got draws like that when we were in the Europa League. I'm just saying. They're 1 each there. So you've got to say if they've got if they've got a draw from Latvia, you'd hope they're going to get through. Next, Gib. St. Joseph's are 1-0 down against Urartu Yerevan of Armenia, who have only been a football club for 10 years. Wow. Okay. 1-0 down to them from the home leg. Well done. And Lincoln are 2-1 up on... Hang on a minute. How did they and St. Joseph's play at the same time, both at home? 2-1 up on Iskra of Macedonia, is that? Or Montenegro, sorry. So to be fair, you have to say, well, I'm actually going to forward it to those games because it's only the next day. Let's see how many of them get through. Because if all 3 get through, unlikely. If 2 of the 3 get through, it'll be a result. There's our record attendance. There's our record gate receipts. Brilliant. Can't bother with the press conference. Can't be bothered with that press conference either. Get me out at the end of Thursday. And let's see who else got through. Because surely at least one of them's got to get through from those positions, right? Didn't get the work permit again. Oh, it's 2200. Right, quick. Quick, how do I get back there? Champions League and scroll down. That's the easiest way. Conference League. Stages. League path, first qualifying round. College lost 3-1 to Lipaja. Brilliant. There needs to be a way of sorting this so you can find your own... There really does. I'm sorry. I'm not just being that guy. Gib. Lincoln. 5-1 winners over Iskra. We've got a club through the first round. St. Joseph's lost 4-2 to that. Whatever they are. So it's only Lincoln again. Here we go again. Right. Let's get Soul Shot on in the side. And I think that's it, isn't it? Because we need homegrown players. Oh, we got one more space. One more space. Collins? Toby Wilson. No, we've got a lot of centre-mids. No, actually, no, it's Toby Wilson. There we go. Confirm. Sorted, Governor. I'll be back for that Zelinya game on Monday. Have a spectacular weekend. Have a lovely time, whatever it is you're doing, and I will see you on Monday. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.